Hello, and welcome to another session of Case of the Month. This time we have a very rare and very interesting heme case. It's of a 31-year-old male who initially presents to the hospital with abdominal discomfort and distension. And upon evaluation, he's found to have multiple lymphadenopathies, hepatosplenomegaly, and the complete blood count reveals a leukocytosis of 200,000. Whereupon he is sent to the heme clinic where he is evaluated even further. And a part of that evaluation, of course, is the bone marrow sample. And a peripheral blood smear is also, of course, prepared. And here we're looking at the bone marrow sample of the patient. I'm also going to show you the peripheral blood smear and the aspirations. As you can see over here, we can see a hypercellular bone marrow. We can make out a certain, probably somewhat nodular, but also I'm guessing interstitial, at least from low power, what we presume to be a lymphoid infiltrate. And when we move in, we can actually, let me wait for a second, make out maybe vague peritrabecular accentuation of this lymphoid infiltrate, and some of these nodulars, they almost have a paler germinal center-like area within them. And at this power, we can, of course, confirm that there is a lymphoid infiltrate involved. Let me move in even further, as you can see here. An infiltrate composed of small lymphoid cells. And when we immune phenotype it, we can see that these cells are positive with CD20, the infiltrate. I'm going to get there, as you can see over here. And we can actually make out that it's interstitial. And this is the CD10. It's also positive with CD10, as you can see here. And you can see the peritrabecular accentuation actually, and you can, of course, again, identify more clearly the nodular pattern in there as well. And with the CD23, we can actually find residual intact follicular dendritic meshwork in those nodules. And I'm going to show you the peripheral blood smear, which is actually the best part of this case. In the peripheral blood smear, what one can see is, we can see these cells in much, much greater detail. Small to medium-sized lymphoid cells with nuclear cleaving and notching, as you can see here. But these are like real deep grooves these nuclei have. A bit more than what you'd expect with a mantle cell lymphoma. In fact, some of them are, these kind of cells are called like buttock-shaped cells. And you can see that these have really deep grooves and knotted. Some of them are almost bilobed. Some of them, which I'll continue searching for them, you'll see have actually, they're referred to as, in the literature, you can see descriptions such as butterfly-like and clover-like, which I'm going to show you. So you can see these really deep grooves and notches, butterfly-like cells, these almost bilobed cells. These. Over here, you can see one that's actually, it's like the nucleus is split into two. Here's a nice area where you can actually make out that these are like centrocyte-like cells with deep grooves and notches, cleaves. And there are these almost butterfly-like or clover-shaped ones. Here, this area again shows you the notches, the deep grooves, the butterfly clover-shaped nuclei, buttock-like cells, as they name it. So, together with the CD10 positivity and this morphology, we diagnose this as a leukemic phase follicular lymphoma. The aspiration smear is not, the bone marrow aspiration is not as perfect as the peripheral blood smear, but again you can make out the grooving and the irregularity of the nuclear contours of these cells over here. So that's it. A very rare case of leukemic phase follicular lymphoma. Thanks for joining. See you later. Bye.